Okay, we want to talk about put-call parity. Put-call parity says this equation has to hold the price of the put plus the price of a stock, the price of stock today, has to equal the price of the call plus the present value of the strike price. And present value is taken at the risk-free rate, so that should be R sub F. The way I think about, by the way, both the call and the put are written on the same stock. They mature at the same time, and they have the same strike price. Think about this term right here. Think of this as a bond. This is a bond that pays X dollars at time T. Alright. So let's look at this example. Say we have a stock that costs $50. We have a put written on that stock that costs $1. A call option on that stock that costs $5. The strike price is 48. The time to maturity is 6 months. And the interest rate, risk-free rate, is 10%. So let's see if put-call parity holds. The price of the put plus the price of the stock equals the price of the call plus the price of the bond. Now, remember, if this is a bond that pays X dollars at time T, the price, like the price of any financial asset, is a present value of expected future cash flows. So this is 51 should equal $50.77. Well, that's not true. So now we can see one of these is overvalued, one is undervalued. So the put plus the stock, that is overvalued, and the call plus the bond is undervalued. I don't know which value is right and which one is wrong, but I just know the value relative to each other. The put is overvalued, put plus stock is overvalued, call plus the bond is undervalued. So here's what I want to do. I want to take certain positions, move that over here. I want to take certain positions that take advantage of that. Because I just made that a little bit smaller so I could read it. So what I want to do is I want to see what my positions are. Now I want to look at my cash flow, my different cash flows. This is my cash flow at time 0. And then I have my cash flow at time T. And that's going to depend on my ending stock price and various things. So first of all, because the put and the stock are overvalued, I want to short them, and the call and the bond are undervalued. I want to buy them. So I go long the call, and it costs me $5, and long the bond, it costs me $45.77. I get that from doing that math. I want to short the put, sell it, I get $1. Short the stock, I sell it, I get $50. So my cash flow is a positive 23 cents today. What will my cash flow be in the future? Well, in the future, the stock price is either going to be below the strike of 48 or above the strike of 48. And I can put the equal sign in either place. The payoff to a call is the max. Remember, the payoff of the call is the max of 0 ST minus X. If the stock price goes down, the call is not exercised. If the stock price goes up, it's ST minus 48. And I'm long the call, so it stays just like that. Long the bonds, so I bought the bond and paid $45.77 today, which means it will pay me $48 when it matures in the future. Remember, the payoff to the put is the max of 0x minus ST. Well, the put is exercised if the price goes down, so 48 minus ST, but I'm short the put, so I'll multiply by -1, and here is 0. I'm short the stock, so I have to buy the stock back in the future. To buy the stock back in the future, so that's a minus. I add those up, the 48s cancel, the STs cancel, that's 0. 48s cancel, STs cancel, that's 0. So this proves that I can spend, and I can get in this position, these positions right here, and get a positive cash flow of 23 cents. And in the future, I have 0 cash flow. Alright, so next thing, I want to give you a couple of assignments and let you work through them. Okay, let's say that we have a stock that's selling for $70 today. The risk-free rate is 5%. The time to expiration is 3 months. The strike price is $75. I can find a call that sells for $1 and a put that sells for $5.50. So I want you to tell me what to do to make money and exactly how much money can I make. So number 1, what positions do I take? Number 2, how much money do I make? Pause it, work it out, and then come back and play, and I'll show you the answer. Okay, so the positions, well, before I get the positions that I take, I have to do this. The put of 550 plus the stock price of 70 should equal the call price of $1 plus the bond price. So $75.50 doesn't equal $75.09. So what's happened here? This is overvalued, this is undervalued. So the positions I take, because the put and the stock are overvalued, I want to short the put, short the stock, long the call, long the bond. I want to find my cash flows, and these, let's see, this is riskless. I want to take a riskless opportunity, so I want to see the cash flows in every possibility. What time equals 0? If I short the put, I get $5.50. If I short the stock, I get $70. Along the call, that costs me $1. Along the bond, buying the bond costs me $74.09, which is this calculation right here, if I wrote it down right. Hopefully I did. And so the profit there is 41 cents. Well, so that's positive cash flow at that time, and when this options expire, the ending stock price will either be below the strike of 75 or above the strike of 75. So if I short the put, and the puts pay off 75 minus ST and 0. If I'm short, so it's negative. Short the stock means I have to sell the stock back regardless of what the ending stock price is. I have to buy the stock back. The call payoff is ST minus X. Oops. So right here, if it's under 75, is 0. Here it's going to be ST minus the strike price. I bought the bond risk-free. It will pay me $75 regardless. I'll go ahead and put the plus sign right there. Negative makes that positive. Those go away. Those go away. That's 0. Those go away. Those go away. That's 0. So this is the positions I take. This is the profit that I get. Alright, question number 2. Okay, let's say we have a stock. Sells for $30 today. The call price is $1. The put price is $2. Remember, these are quoted in the market. These are not necessarily right. We're trying to figure out if they're correct and how I can make money. The risk-free rate is 6%. The time to maturity is 6 months. And the strike price is 33. So, tell me what positions to take to make money, and to tell me exactly how much money I make. Alright, pause it and work it out, and then come see the answer. Well, put plus stock has to equal call plus the bond price, the present value of the strike price, or there's an arbitrage opportunity. So this is 2 plus 30 should equal 1 plus 33 divided by 1.06 to the 1/2 power. 32 should equal 33.05. Doesn't equal. This is bigger, so this is overvalued and this is undervalued. So the positions I take, the put and the stock are undervalued, so along the put, along the stock, I short the call and I short the bond. So I gotta know what my cash flows are at time 0. Along the put, that costs me $2. Along the stock, that costs me $30. I short the call, I get $1. And I short the bond, I get $32.05. And I get that $32.05 from doing that calculation. So this gives me a positive cash flow of $1.05. Well, at maturity, the stock price is either below the strike of 33 or above the strike of 33. What's the payoff to the put? The payoff to the put, if it's below the strike price, will be strike minus ending stock. Above will be 0. I'm long, so don't change anything. I'm long the stock. That means I get to sell the stock at maturity and get whatever money that is. The call is a 0 payoff if it's below the strike. The payoff above the strike is ST minus ending stock minus the strike, but I'm short, so I make that negative. The bond, I'm short the bond, which means I have to pay back $33 in either case. So now looking at this, those cancel, that's 0. Those cancel, so that's 0. So these are the positions I take. That's the profit I make, and that is put call parity.